Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos. Another paid request this time for Edward. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. And this is for South Park Season 19, Episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1 I thought started off in a very strong note. I did quite enjoy this episode because it was South Park going after the PC police, the PC brigade, and I thought it was actually rather funny. And actually one of the better episodes I had seen in a while from the show. Like, there were episodes I liked, but this was particularly strong. So apparently in school, Cartman had called rape a hot Cosby, which is an interesting way to put it. So the female principal has been fired, and there's a new principal, Principal PC, or PC principal. I like the way they make the guy look, the design they use for the guy, and just about things are going to change. It goes through the PC elements in the past of the show, like a white guy who then became an Asian guy, and you had a chef who's saying, you had seen soul songs, and then you killed him. Well, she was brainwashed. I don't care. So it was interesting to see stuff being referenced. So there's a bit of continuity. As this is Colorado, where are the Mexican kids? Where this and that? And then he gets upset that Kyle said that he didn't think Caitlyn Jenner was a hero, and somehow this labeled hate speech, which sadly was true. And that whole thing, I mean, they get off topic. Well, it's still on topic. That whole Caitlyn Jenner thing was just ridiculous because wasn't a big fan of him as a guy. I don't care that he's a she. That doesn't make him a hero. I mean, if I decided to... What makes you... Like, people don't know the definition of hero, apparently. Like, what about what the person did actually made them, quote, a hero? And that's what it gets into. But if you even think that, you're labeled an is, you're labeled a phobe, and just how overzealous and over the top people's mentality are showcased on harmless sayings like that, and just how overboard things can get. And how even Cartman has a hard time dealing with this. Just Cartman tries to have one of his revenge plots, but then because he accidentally said spokesman and not spokesperson among other stuff, the principal goes haywire and just beats the shit out of Cartman in the bathroom. Which, number one, was funny because Cartman, with some of the stuff he's done in the past, he deserves the beating. And number two, it's kind of nice to see someone get one over on Cartman in that way, because it doesn't happen all the time. At least the way it happened here, the point completely bloodied and bruised up in the hospital. And again, just how overzealous, these PC guys can get. Like, you hear, if someone says something mild, you hear the doo 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 doo, like it was the PC police. Or they're making fun of, I guess, Caitlyn Jenner was honored as a hero or someone, and in the crowd shot, Brett Favre kind of did this, and the principal's like, "What the fuck was that, Brett Favre? Is that called clapping? Okay, you watching your hands, huh?" Just the whole thing's like, what about that makes someone a hero? Like, if they overcome being paralyzed, and they fight for every breath, every strength to get their legs worked in, and they go out for sports, they will succeed in some way, shape, or form. That's more of a hero, not this shit. And during a Randy, he inadvertently gets pledged into the PC Animal House type of thing next door. I love the songs that they make up. Social justice 123. I want to be PC. Like, that whole song they make up was hilarious. And just taking a big old middle finger, big old punch to the PC Brigade. It was nice to see. It was entertaining. There's a lot of truthfulness to it. Cartman tries to send all these people of Jared from Subway and all these other people. And pretty much Kyle gives up and just says, "Fine, Taylor Jenner's a hero, and this is what you wanted to hear. I just give in to it." And Sally, that seems you just get sort of beaten down. That you kind of just, fine, I'll say what you want me to say, and just let the whole thing go because that's what you wanted me to say in the first place. Because this PC police ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And then by the end, that's kind of Sally. The thing is that this PC is not going to be gone anytime soon. Thus, the PC principle is going to be around for a bit of time. I just thought it was a strong episode with some dialogue that was prudent, not just for the time, because what they say the year 2015. Well, I mean, I thought that's what it said the year here. I forget when this episode took place, or when this episode was made, but it's prevalent today's age. Sally, way prevalent today's age. Like, you could put this out today and it would still fit. So, very much so. But yeah, it's one of those things where it just... Like, it was a much stronger episode for me compared to episode 2. Episode 2 was fine, but really was just attacking Donald Trump, which... I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but so many people just talked about it incessantly. It's like what Norm Macdonald said. Making a Donald Trump joke is like the easiest, laziest joke to do, because everybody else does it. So I get why, honestly, they didn't realize that you could have someone worse than him, which I think the guy we have now, Joel Bidet, is way worse. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm sitting there going, I get what they're going with at this time, but in retrospect, it's kind of like, it just wasn't as witty as it could have been. I just, man, I'm just tired of Trump jokes because when you hear 800 of them, it kind of gets old. I know this is an older one, so it's hard. It's not fair to judge on that matter, but it's just like, okay, yeah. Because the stories that Kyle was honored by President Obama, and Mr. Garrison, the teacher's mad about the Canadian immigrants coming down, and it goes into, he makes a song called "Where's My Country Gone," and he starts running for stuff, and you have people wearing "Make America Great Again," which is a shot at Trump fans. Someone forgot to tell the borders to suck it. That's part of the song. He's saying things like the Canadians need to be fucked to death, and it's pissing people off. There's more hostility between America and Canada. Canada has kind of made a wall, because that's when Donald Trump said the stupid thing about making a fucking wall. It was a stupid thing to say because no one was going to build the shit. I get what he was saying, though, that, there is a big case of illegal immigration happening. There was a case of it, especially at that time. It's just that he said it the wrong way. He'll say these big things, but he won't back it up. And then people take offense to it. But in this episode, Tana's made a big wall. Mr. Dearson finally goes through and he finds out that Canadian president is pretty much Donald Trump. They don't say Trump, but it looks like Trump, acts like Trump. It's supposed to be Trump. So Mr. Garrison fucks the Canadian Trump to death. Meanwhile, Butters is told to sleep with this Canadian girl, but they actually do fall in love. Which that was the one part of the episode I liked was, I liked the character of Butters. Him hanging out with this girl. It was sweet. And again, I like the usage of Butters, and they actually do fall in love and care for each other. But then when the Canadian president's killed, all the Canadians go back to Canada. So the girl leaves Butters. And it was pretty much making fun of this brash ass who spoke his mind and how that's the wrong way to go. And we didn't take him seriously. The Canadians say we didn't take him seriously, but then he became president and blah blah blah. And just people being very angry and upset when the guy became president. Although if I'm trying to think, okay, other than saying outlandish stuff, did he really do anything to really cripple the country? That'd be a question for people. Compared to the fucking guy we have now, where now economy is a lot higher, things cost a lot more, gas costs a lot more, a lot of things seem to be in a worse shape. Afghanistan, that whole thing, Ukraine, Russia war, the pandemic. I mean, believe it or not, that wasn't Trump's fault. Although, I'm not a fan of him either. But they think he's like the worst guy in existence. I'm like, is he really? Like, I can name you a shitload others, and it just, I don't know. He definitely pissed people off, and it may not be. That's a whole other conversation. I think both parties have issues. I'm not a fan of either one, but just like, I don't know, just one of those things where the joke, even by this point, was tired, was old, was long in the tooth. So it's kind of like more me rolling my eyes than anything. But the first episode I really did enjoy. I really did like the first episode. The second, I'm like, I mean, it's of its time, that episode. Oh my god, yeah, whatever. Maybe it worked better at the time than it does now after everything that's happened. And with the guy we have now, Joel Bidet. But, like I said, the first episode was, I thought, a pretty strong one. So that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.